Yo, what up, it's Don.
Simon here.
We are the Soul Brothers, and we're back with a Versus video.
Yep.
One of the biggest shoes of recent memory, the new Jordan 29 versus the Melo M12. By Jordan. Two Jordan shoes.
Yep.
All right, let's hop right in on the traction.
Okay.
This traction is kind of just a wavy pattern, you know, but the traction is awesome in this.
Yep.
For sure.
The only problem is you just have to wipe if you're playing on a dusty court, so you have to wipe not a lot, maybe like every 2 to 5 plays, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not a lot, but you still do have to wipe.
Yeah.
Right, but if you're playing on a clean court, yeah, you'll stop really fast and really hard, so it's a really good traction.
Yeah. And what do we got in the M12?
It's another wavy pattern.
Yeah.
This one's going vertically, and this one's going horizontally. So the rubber here is a lot harder on the 29, and on
and this is a solid outsole.
Yeah.
This one's semi-translucent, looks like.
Yep. And then this is a lot softer of a rubber. This one you don't have to wipe as much, right? I actually really don't remember wiping at all, right?
Yeah.
But the bad thing is you don't stop as hard as the 29. So you go like this and you slide a little bit, you know, just like the J Crossover 2s. So I actually don't know which one is a winner.
Yeah,
maybe if you're
tough. I would lean towards these.
Yeah, maybe you do have to wipe a lot less frequently. You do have to wipe though. But let's say so if you play on a clean court, then I think you should pick the 29s. But if you're playing on a dusty court, they're both good, but you just have to wipe less. So if you don't like wiping your shoes, then maybe you should go with this one. If you don't really care about wiping and you still want a good amount of traction, then you should go with the 29.
Right.
But yeah, I think we're leaning more towards the 29.
Yeah, so let's move on to the midsoles here.
Okay.
In this shoe, we have, you know, a zoom unit in the forefoot that, you know, you kind of can't really feel too much. You have flight speed. You actually have flight plate, which is not flight speed, but we'll get into that in a second.
Yep.
And this is unlock zoom. So really what that means, real quick for you guys, is, you know, when the flight plate touches, when you bend your foot, the flight plate hits the zoom unit and locks it and unlocks it as you're stepping. So that just supplies you with cushion, but it deactivates the cushion when you want it to be more responsive, which is pretty crazy, you know, of technology. I am not really too into the cushion on this shoe. You know, the whole unlock zoom thing, I don't think is too amazing to me. It sounds like a cool idea, but I think it's more, you know, just more of a cool technology more than anything, you know?
I mean, you can't really even feel a bounce from it.
No.
No, I can't, you know?
It's like if the cushion was like real crazy and then it deactivated it, that would be pretty dope to me. But you kind of can't feel it anyways, so it's like, why are you, you know, activating it and deactivating it? Yeah. And this is also decoupled but it's connected here in the middle, the midsole. That supplies kind of a pretty nice heel to toe transition. But you know, I actually didn't love the heel to toe transition. It's good, but it still feels a little clunky to me.
Very clunky.
Yeah, so you know, you hit here, like say you step here. You know, I know obviously sometimes you run more on the balls of your foot, but sometimes you're taking a full step and you can really feel it.
Yeah.
In the heel.
Yeah, and another thing I don't like about it is it feels like a boot, just because this hard plastic right here, the flight plate. And also another thing I had a problem with was you can kind of see right here how there's like a really big scuff mark right here. It's because when I'm doing the crossover and then I go like this and then I need to push off here, right? But there's no traction right here, so a lot of times I slipped. Right. You know, and then it feels like a boot. You know, it's really like not soft, I guess. Yeah. Because of this. But anyways.
Yeah.
So 29 for you. The M12s, they use flight speed. They're basically the same thing. Yeah. Said by Tinker, whatever his name is.
Tinker Hatfield.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing. It provides you with a little bit more rebound when stepping, and also it does something with the zoom unit, which makes it unlocked, right? And I love the cushion in these, right? Also, you have a CMP, compression molded Phylon. and you have the zoom unit right here. It's basically the same setup as a 29,
Yeah.
but it feels like it's top loaded.
Yeah.
Right? You can actually feel some bounce in your forefoot, but in the 29, I couldn't really feel any bounce. Right?
Yeah, I like the cushion in the M12 a lot better also.
Yep.
So that's a win for the M12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're 1-1 here. Let's get down to the nitty gritty here. Let's look at the upper.
Okay.
The upper on this is crazy. Okay, this is like some of the best tooling and material you can get on a performance basketball shoe.
The best.
It's
yeah.
crazy. That's where the shoe really shines. So the upper is a performance woven. So it's not a knit. It's just they're coming up with a lot of different technologies of textiles and how to implement them, how to weave them and knit them and get it really tight. So it's really, really strong and sturdy, but yet it's really soft and wraps around your foot.
Feels
nice.
so nice, man.
So you can get a lot of support because it won't really bend much when you kind of torque it like in high wear areas, but it's a solid upper.
Mm-hmm. And now on the M12s, you have a engineered mesh. So it's really cool how they did this. On the medial side is a lot softer kind of material, and on the lateral side, it's the mesh is a lot harder. So because when you're cutting and stuff, your foot's gonna go out of the footbed like this, and it's gonna tend to rip here easily, right? So this is reinforced more, but yeah, it feels a lot like, I don't know, it feels really soft. Right, not as soft as the 29s, but it's still a really nice material.
Yeah.
But since this is going up against the woven upper, yeah, definitely the woven
got
upper.
to catch that L on
Yeah.
the upper. It just has to.
But this is nice though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do fit?
Yeah.
Okay, fit. On this shoe, I love the upper. I didn't love how it fit at all. I have a pretty narrow foot, and I really tried to work it out. I added an insole, double socked, and I just never got the fit that I wanted. I had to really tighten the laces down so much just to get a decent fit. And so the fit wasn't too great for me in this. It was actually really roomy. Now I wear a size 14, and maybe in sizing it up, the fit is different. Maybe some people weren't experiencing that, but super roomy. I did not like the fit at all. Lockdown wasn't great. Heel was always kind of sliding, even though there is some Achilles pillows in there, which are always nice to have. And I felt like my midfoot was sliding as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So fit goes hand in hand with lockdown, and neither were great for me in this shoe.
Mm-hmm.
The 29.
For me, the fit was pretty good. So my forefoot would move around in the footbed, right? But other than that, the fit was pretty good for me. I did have to crank down the laces also, so yeah, that was kind of annoying. And then the lockdown in the heel was good. The lockdown here was not that good. Like I said, it was moving around. And then the support was good. The ankle support is not that good though. I have to wear an ankle brace. I actually rolled my ankle playing these.
Yeah.
But anyways, going to the M12s, the fit is actually really nice, right? In the toe area, the heel lockdown is really nice too. You don't have a heel counter, which is kind of weird. But the back part right here is really hard, so you don't really need it.
Right.
And then you have your seatbelt kind of construction, just like in the same thing as the 29 for your lacing system.
Yeah.
It's sewn down. But yeah, they're both really nice. But the only problem I had with this shoe was this part right here. This should really be a low. It doesn't even feel like I'm getting any ankle support.
Yeah, the shape of it is a little weird.
Yeah, it feels really flimsy right here, right? So and also the shoe does have Achilles pillows. Right. So fit and lockdown is gonna have to go to this one. Support is a tie.
Yeah.
But
sure.
Ankle support, I think that one's a little better.
Let's do ventilation real quick.
Okay.
One of the least important categories.
It's important to me.
It's important to him. But I guess it's important to some people.
Yeah.
This shoe is kind of average.
Yeah.
Not too hot, not too cool.
Yeah.
It is a textile kind of woven upper, and there's actually really no ventilation, but I guess some air is getting through there because it's a woven.
Yeah. So there's no airflow, but then the moisture goes onto the material and then dries off, so it's not as hot.
Yeah.
And same thing with this. It's basically a mesh, or it can be a textile, and it absorbs the moisture and then it dries off. There's really no airflow that goes into it, but yeah, so their ventilation is kind of a tie. My foot was not too hot, not too cool in both the shoes.
So we're going to do a tie there. Durability, this is an extremely well-made shoe. Durability should be really, really good. Outdoors, I mean, the rubber is really hard.
Yeah.
Actually, so I actually wouldn't tell someone not to play outdoors. You could play outdoors with it. The grooves are actually pretty deep, and all around it's just a really well made solid shoe. The upper will probably last 100 years or so. And so its durability is good on this.
Yeah, same thing with this. I think this will be very durable too. It's just the softness of the rubber. So if you do play outdoors, then I would recommend playing in those. But also, if you play outdoors, since this is a woven upper, there's no fuse in the toe area. So if you're doing like toe drags and stuff,
yeah,
I feel like this would rip easily,
Yeah, which they actually did is they reinforced that in the 30.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
So I would actually lean towards this a touch as far as durability.
Yeah.
So we'll give that win to the Melo.
Okay.
All right, moving on to aesthetics.
29. No questions.
Hands down, the 29. This colorway is one of my favorite basketball shoes of all time, looks wise. Insane.
It looks dope.
It's super dope. The blackout, you know me, I love blackouts, and this is super, super dope.
Not saying this looks bad.
Those are dope too.
Yeah, I really like the apple colorway, whatever it's called. The gum bottoms with the all red upper.
Yeah.
Those are dope, but this is an awesome silhouette.
Yeah, these are crazy.
Yeah.
So that's a big win for the 29. So wrapping it up.
Yeah, afterthoughts. What do you think?
I think I would rather play in this shoe.
Same.
And I'm just bummed out about it because I love so many things about this shoe. And I know so many other people love this shoe. And I'm happy for them, but it just didn't work out for me for a few different reasons. And this shoe is it came out at $220.
Oh yeah.
$220. Some of them are on sale now. Some of them like this you can't really even find the colorway, but there's some that are on sale for $140, $150. This is $135, and it kind of performs better to me, And I would lean towards that shoe, and I think on paper it's actually winning as well.
Yeah, a lot of the categories were really, really hand in hand. The one of them wasn't like way better than the other.
Yeah.
But one thing I really, really love about this shoe is the upper. It feels so nice on my foot. I'm not saying this is bad, but I love this.
Yeah.
But everything else, I think it's all about the same. Besides the cushion on this is better than the 29. So
yeah.
I would have to go with this by a little bit. I do enjoy playing in those. It's just like I really don't like the boot feeling. It feels really clunky to me. Yeah, I do have problems when I'm doing crossovers or cuts. I do tend to slip because I put my foot really angled, and I have no traction right here. So.
So there it is. We hope we helped you out. Deciding what shoe to wear.
Yeah.
The 30's coming out real soon. Keep your eye open for that, but it's pretty similar to the 29.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing and maybe a bad thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see.
So Soul Brothers recommends this over that. So please don't hate us. Anyways.
But so there it is. My name is Don.
Samuel here.
We are the Soul Brothers. Later.
Peace.